Hey YouTubers, welcome to Random Chemistry. Thanks for joining me. In this video we're going to be talking about molar mass and we're going to be practicing equations that are asking you to go from grams to moles and moles to grams. So we'll get started with this question right here. What mass in grams of CH4 is 0.4 moles of CH4? So the first thing that we have to do is find the molar mass of CH4. And we do that by looking at our periodic table. So the mass of carbon is 12, and the mass of hydrogen is 1, but we have 4 hydrogens, so we need to multiply by 4. And then we add that, so that is going to give us 16 grams per mole. So there are 16 grams in 1 mole of CH4. We want to know how much is in 0.4. And what we can do is we can set up the problem using dimensional analysis. So this right here is our conversion factor. This can be written as 16 grams of CH4 is equal to 1 mole of CH4. Or it can also be written as 1 mole of CH4. Sorry, that's really small. Also is equal to 16 grams of CH4. So these are our conversion factors. These are all saying the same thing. So in dimensional analysis, we start with what we're given, and we're given 0.4. 0.4 moles of CH4. Let me draw this line. And now we need to use a conversion factor. And we need to decide, do we want to use 16 grams over 1 mole or 1 mole over 16 grams? And we know which one to use because if we have moles on the top of the line over here, we want moles to be on the bottom so that way it cancels out. So we're going to be using this conversion factor. 16 grams of CH4 is equal to 1 mole of CH4. And if you look, mole CH4 cancels out, and we're left with grams of CH4, which is what our question is asking for. So now we just do our math. We do 0.4 times 16 divided by 1. And when you put that in your calculator, that gives us 6.4 grams of CH4. Always be sure to write your units because as the equations get longer and more complicated, it can be very easy to get confused. So here's your answer. 6.4 grams is the mass of 0.4 moles. All right, here's our second question. Calculate the number of moles of sodium and 62.5 grams of sodium. So again, the first step is to find our molar mass. And we do that by going to the periodic table. So sodium has a molar mass of 23 grams per mole. So that would be, so let's also write out our conversion factors. So 23 grams of sodium is going to be equal to 1 mole of sodium. That's the same thing as saying, or 1 mole of sodium is equal to 23 grams of sodium. So these are our two conversion factors that we're going to use in solving this equation. So using dimensional analysis, we write what we're given, and we're given 62.5 grams. So 62.5 grams of sodium. Then I draw my lines, and then I use a conversion factor. And I have to decide which one to use. Well, I know if I have grams on top on this side, I need grams to be on bottom so they can cancel out. So I'm going to use this conversion factor. So that's 1 mole of sodium is equal to 23 grams of sodium. And now my grams of sodium cancel out. So I'm left, my unit is moles of sodium. So now I just do my math. 62.5 times 1 divided by 23. And when I put that into my calculator, I get 2.7 moles of sodium. So this is how many moles I have in 62 grams of sodium. All right, YouTubers, thank you so much for joining me during this video with random chemistry. Please comment, like, subscribe. I really want to hear from you. If there's any material that you specifically want me to cover, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next time on Random Chemistry.